that time in the airport I read. The brothers giving a year, the parents from there. The work of my life with African.
I lyrical health.
Master.
Play Paris, who make you again Sktv venue. Say my journey, Tina get I say my jamo. And you say no money, emu aye yo. And you love me, emu aye yo.
Sktv, the best in Liberia. Sktv, the best in Africa. Sktv, the best in Mama Liberia. Must hold by the lofa and grand bazaar.
And I didn't ya to money, and I said ya to money, and I couldn't play ya to money, and I could do ya to money, and I didn't ya to money, and I said ya to money, and I couldn't play ya to money, and I could do ya to money, and I don't get now ya to money. That's the TV, and I don't get it now. Cause you work on my ya to money. Yeah.
Sktv, the best in Liberia. Sktv, the best in Africa. Sktv, the best in Mama Liberia. Must hold by the lofa and grand bazaar.
There are things we can do. We bring in good news and we give it to you. We talking about podcasts and connecting people and culture from here and out of the globe. Qualified people who waiting to sell. The flesh that time and the efforts are red. The broadcast we giving a real and the premise my best. The work with my life with Africa. From Grand Baza, Nima to Lufa. From River Sass, River G to Chide. From Grand Crew, Bombing, Kidman, Monserrat, San to Bakulu. From Maryland, Bonk to the Mikey B. We the best in the land, yeah, LIB. We the best in the land, yeah, LIB. We the best in the land, yeah, LIB.
Sktv, the best in Liberia. Sktv, the best in Africa.
Yes, the Sktv, it is the best in Liberia. Sktv, it is the best in Africa, and Sktv, it is the best around the world. Indeed, folks, what a way to say the pleasant good evening to those of you, our channel listeners, or those of you also in Nimba County. You know, oh God, I can't even wait to go Nimba. Yeah, you know, let the Nimba people, let me tell some of you, maybe you don't even know. The Nimba people, they are a good set of people. And let me just be frank, and let me confess. The way the Nimba people, they are so jealous when it comes to development. I don't see any other country like that. Sometimes I can want, naturalize myself in Nimba. To just be Nimba people or son. Yeah. To admit, let me be frank. I can be too jealous because all about life is just about, making things better, making life so easy for your people, developing the life of your people, So the Nimba people, let me be frank, Nimba people, very, very soon, I will change my county. Yeah, so let me be frank. Because the country that some of us will come from, the people that they can develop. The only thing they do, they just sit down into positions, even if they're 18 years, they're there. Nothing they can do, the country I come from. Small county, a good set of people. By the way, let's try to show people 4 minutes past 6. That's the time check indeed. I'm sharing the link around. Our team, all of our panelists will be here with us very, very soon. Yes, I'm right though. The country I come from, the people, they're not jealous. They just think that giving people money, today the lawmaker gave 500,000 to them. Not waste of time. Let me tell some of you lawmakers. The house started shoot today. Yeah, man. Every time you wake up, one lawmaker gave 200,000 to people. To go do what? 200,000 to go share among, when you get the money to people like that, they will eat the money. And at the end of the day, nothing will happen. And, the country I come from, Grand Chile, it's just so easy to develop. Our former president, President Samuel Kanyado, the country I had. You know, when you go Granjela, you see most of the roads, all of the road, everything you see kind of more roadmap, you know, to development or in fact to even develop the country. You will see that indeed we are really, really, or in fact, former President Kayando or Samuel Kayando really have the country at heart and really intend to develop the country. But go back, go see all the leaders, go see all the people that are there. All they do there is to just get money, get rich at the detriment of the people. Now all they do. Granjela is one of the poorest county with all of the resources. Yeah, I mean, that's show you that way. How starting. Today is Thursday, folks. What a way to go. Indeed, let's share the show. All of our team members will soon be here with us. We have Brizana Monk already setting up, and let me see what I can get Muna also yeah, you know, when most of the lawmakers or when most of the government officials while they're doing competition when it comes to development, the way Nima County behaving, then by now them like foul, you know, we foul, man. Well, everybody just doing the stealing. All they know, you just steal from the people, steal from the poor people. Yo, Uncle Brian Tate. I hope that you're listening to me. All your government officials from 2006 up to now, go and see your county. Your county is among the poorest, the least developed county in Liberia. Our county, where former president comes from. You see, one other man parading and say like, Godfather, Godfather for what? Godfather for stealing? Yeah, but anyway, mom, yeah, they put to admit, you can really get some of us, yeah, you can really make some of us angry, you know. The people gave you opportunity for you to serve them, serve the people, to develop their life. Granjela that I come from, I know of Granjela. Sometimes when the people post some on the streets, see how dirty some of these streets, you know, yes, you can feel so bad. But let me say thanks to the I don't know whether it's the Ministry of Youth and Sport or it's the government of Liberia. Yeah, to the government of Liberia on the youth. I don't know, is the youth program or the youth project. I think a lot of young people sweeping back to back. But let me be frank. Some of these jobs shouldn't be temporary job. Yeah, no, that's where I get issue. Let's share the show, people. I'm sharing the show, though, don't mind me. Some of these jobs that I'm seeing, some of us here will be advocating for a very long time that these streets should be well taken care of. Let people be able to clean the street. That's another form of job. Somebody got to clean the road. Or the dust, the dirt, say, yeah, me here. They say, yeah, me. They think that is normal and not normal, though. So some of you think that are just normal thing, that when you give people a job, then you think that is it. Look at, just see all the road in 3 days. They are all clean. And that's good. President Joseph Yema Bwaka, don't stop that. Don't make that into be a temporary job. If you know what I know, just add all of the strength, maybe add the manpower up to the other people who are there already. Like, for example, those people that are to PCC, MCC, OCC, all of the CC, just up. Because for what I'm seeing, it's good. I love it so dearly to my heart. Because when the street is clean, at least you can feel a little bit better with your own life. But most of our streets are all dirty up, messed up. Then we think that it's just normal thing. No. See? The men and women are sweeping back to back. You know, they're cleaning up. That's good. Go back to my county where I come from. Go Granjela and see the road there. It's muddy up. Everything, no job, that job right there for people to clean the street. That job. Well, so you prefer to give one minister 100,000 hours for a car that can maybe go in less than 1 minute. Some of the car will spoil. Well, anyway, Muna is here. Muna, good evening.
Well, maybe how you doing?
Today again, you're not showing your face, oh.
Maybe I tell you, I feel serious problem with my camera. Serious problem. Yeah, lost
Okay, so,
yeah.
well,
Yeah.
that's good. Thank you, Muna. Thank you for joining us. So
Yes.
I have a friend. I swear to I go into the county. My own time, man.
Yes, Swaju is relatively calm.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
Yeah, going
from my
speaking.
fact, Muna, thank one a year and two of us, even though I don't know whether maybe daughter of the country or maybe you work there, but I know
I'm
you live
working.
there already. After 6 months, 3 months, 1 year, 2, 3 years, that means you are
Yeah.
daughter of the country. So
Yeah,
Muna,
sure.
tell me, apart from all of the national politics, national discussion, how Nigeria county when it comes to development?
Her, when it comes to development in the country,
Very poor,
it's very poor.
fair, or good?
When it comes to development in the country, no.
Very poor.
Yeah, it's poor. Because it's like people sometimes just go there and be do what they feel of doing, what pleases them. They don't have time. Maybe when they get something in their pocket, they just okay. And right the major thing right now in Nigeria right now, the
Hmm.
Door Street, the Door Street right now is a serious death trap. The Door Street.
Okay.
Upon say the Jehovah Witness,
Mm-hmm. Yes.
my brother, that whole upper, nothing there in that quota.
Wow. Yeah, I can still
Nothing is
recall
there in that
because
quota. It's a serious death trap that needs attention.
wow.
Serious
I thank
one.
God.
Very serious. Nothing holding it when look, maybe if you come in the county right now, when you get and you look under there, you don't want to walk on, you don't want to walk there. So the thing right now, citizens everyone is complaining about crying about that place.
And
According to
and and,
the
and
authority, all of them, they said the authority said I know that do they now have plans or I in a budget for 2024, but we'll see what to do to see how because of
everything not in the budget. That's the
that
kind of
ain't
country
budget
we live
yet.
in.
So now, if it's not in the budget, you want kept in the budget, then it up. So you guys say that you guys are preparing to see how best to work on that place. Then y'all should close that place. But my brother is a serious death trap. Those streets where you sit it. Serious, nothing holding, no cover on, nothing holding. And yesterday, rainfall heavily yesterday. Nothing holding,
Wonderful.
nothing.
Muna, thank you. What we're going to do now, next, moving forward, before I welcome Mark on the show, if we have some of the opportunity, we'll be highlighting some of the counties per their leadership. We're not just
Yeah,
bring everybody into one. Because
no,
sometimes national development is a little bit different from job or some of the county develop. So we will moving forward. That's the plan that we'll do among myself. We'll be
okay,
highlighting some of the counties per their leadership and all the leaders they have, and we'll be telling the county people or those citizens residing in some of the counties that some of the leaders are the cause for which your county is backward, that you for which your country is not moving forward. So these are things that we're planning behind the same Monk and myself. But then Monk, my brother, good evening and welcome.
What's up, Mabel? Another day to be on SKTV. Today is my last day for the week. I will see you guys on Monday after today. I think that's what my schedule permits. Monday through Thursday, from 13th can change again. So I'm here. We be here Monday through Thursday. I heard you
Wonderful.
talking about changing your identity. You want to be or nothing, or you want to come from the southeast or the north. I
Yeah,
don't know why.
I finally now want to come now. I want to come this side because that's a little like my brother. The people there, especially for our leader, they're not serious. So now,
You
go
know,
on.
we talk about when you talk about elevating people's life, you talk about trade, you talk about infrastructure, right? Let me tell you something, Melbourne. Nema County is strategically positioned in terms of being between two bordering countries, and it's mostly like a center of trade. You know, when people don't understand when you go to Asia, right? The reason Singapore now, one thing people fail to realize, even though they got some of the best laws on the board when it comes to business and investment, but the one major advantage of Singapore is the strait they call Malacca. It's a particular waterway that sits in the middle of the Southern China Sea, right? It links all the major countries within that region. It passes through Singapore. So, because of that geographical location, they account for more than 70% of all the trade. That alone brings money to Singapore. So, I'm just saying this. The one thing is, the southeastern region is totally disconnected from the rest of the country. For that reason, you won't have economic activity happening in the southeast until we can make the investment. That's why most Southeasterners come to Monserrato County, because you have nothing going on over there. Almost everything is literally dead. How can you resuscitate a particular region in the country without road connectivity? That's the importance of road. The moment you get road, it increases commerce, and whenever you got goods and services changing here, people's lives improve. Simple as that, my brother. Let me stop there.
But yeah, thank God more that that even bringing out maybe the kind of scenarios. I like that. But then, Mark, I have a few questions that I'll be asking, but let me ask you this question first. Monk, if you say that, okay, yes, so I agree, in the form or maybe dry or sweet, but what you will be eating before the door get dry. Monk, I agree with you that road connectivity is one of the best things to do. But then I move back to this mini development. Like for example, Monk, you can't tell me that you become lawmaker for the past 18 years. And you have nothing to even offer. Are you saying that we should wait for national leadership to come and maybe do road connectivity before the life of our people get better?
Maybe that's why we're yet to see a leader that we desperately need, that can come up with policy nationwide. That's not the role of a lawmaker to come and build rules. Even though they can, in America, they call it earmarks and poke barrel spending. They can lobby through the budget process to make certain development to come to their district, right, to trigger that. But in the case of Liberia, you need a national strategy for development. I don't think a single lawmaker can individually transform the Southeast. How many Southeastern presidents we have? William V.S. Tubman, he was there for almost 3 decades. George, we have most recently, Samuel Kanyando. So why you keep, the question is, why is it that we have produced, let's say, 3 presidents that spend over 40 plus years and stay roads? You don't have road connectivity in the Southeast. Have you ever asked yourself that question?
Yeah.
You ever asked yourself that question? And why do you think is the answer?
Because I can simply tell you, because most of our leaders, when they come, they just want to do things like national development. So for me, quote unquote, I would say, okay, yes, I'm elected side with them because they don't want for maybe for the citizen to notice that they are doing like maybe the one side development. So because of that, they have to do maybe national development. Okay, good. But then, Mark, my point here is, Mark, for example, you have 2 senators and 3 representatives from Grand Gila County that how many were there? 5. I think Maryland County, I think is the same team. 5 or 4, yeah, 5. So if you put all of them together, Monk, they will be around maybe 10, maybe 15, or maybe 20, all in all. Monk, for God's sake, even if all of these leaders were putting their horses together and say, okay, let's be united for the sake of our region. Let's just say that, or let's just take that into clear court and say, okay, let's put this into consideration, or let's take the into consideration for the forward march of our region. Now what we're going to do is that every month, even if the 1,005 or 2,005, we're going to lay the money down for the development of our region, especially when it comes to road, or maybe when it comes to the other development. Mind you, Southeast is not only connected only to the capital city. No. So Southeast is also connected to the Africa coast. Mom?
I know that. The Maryland County, and more specifically, and Grand Gila, right?
Good. So you don't even need any goods coming from the national capital before you can even live a better life. No. For me, when it comes to that, I respectfully disagree with that. Again, the mind here is our people, they are not just willing, especially our leaders, they are not just willing to improve the life of our people, Monk. I think because if you want to bring about road connectivity, then Bombay County should have been one of the best, or maybe developed county in Liberia. Am I correct?
Well, what I'm saying, the reason I'm saying this is 2 reasons, right? Let me tell you something. One of the reasons, that's why you see when you go to the various counties, it took me a while to figure that as a kid growing up, because when I started traveling to other parts of Liberia, I saw smaller airstrips. And you go Grand Cape Market, they get in a little place they call the airstrip. I said, well, we don't have even roads to come here. Even though when you enter the city of Rawalspo, they got cement and pavement almost everywhere in the city, right? Rawalspo is well laid out too in terms of their streets in the city. But then how do you get to Rawalspo? The roads were bad. So when we got there, I saw a lot of small escapes. So one woman told me they're picking, but back in the day, we never had the money to build roads. So the only way you tell these small air tests, it bring you here, it drop you, and then you go back the same way. So let me tell you something, especially with the southeastern region. I'm not saying that's the only reason, but it's one of the many reasons that affects the southeastern region. Maybe road infrastructure is a capital intensive project. Nobody can do it little by little, short here and there. No, you need a massive national campaign to build roads because it's capital intensive. That's why you must sit on Sktv or every day we advocate for spending on the people and reinvesting into the economy. Because how can you improve people's life? Look, you come and build one library here, it won't help Liberia. You come and build one park here, it won't help Liberia. You build one, you need a national strategy for development nationwide. It has to be coherent, it has to be clear. And how can you achieve that? You must invest in your public sector. But I told you all the time, my brother, more than 90% of the entire country budget goes toward payroll and recurring expenditure. How can you build a country with such a model? Isn't that the reason why we keep advocating for? We're saying the same thing, except in a different way. That's how I see it. That's why the Southeast will always be disconnected. I'm not saying that when you build roads, then all of a sudden people from the Southeast will become innovative. But I am saying when you link the Southeast with road connectivity, when more economic activities go there, trust me, people will empower themselves, and that's how you can grow and expand the economy. But anyway, that's it.
Yes,
That's a topic for another day.
Yes, thank you, Mark. I like that. It's just as some of these things, sometimes we have to pass through with that. And because Mona also reporting that there's a death trap. I think, Mona, you have to reiterate on that, inform our people, because we have close to almost 500 person now already on the live feed. So indeed, Mona, tell us exactly what are some of the happening and that of the death trap I just talked about.
Yeah, right now the major thing right now in Swedish City. There's a street here, right, called Door Street. And Door Street is a serious death trap that everyone is talking about. They are alarming on a daily basis. You open phone and talking about that place. When you even get them, because they really got a jail within church there, they got shops all along the road there. When you get now down, you look on the nothing is there holding a quota. Nothing holding it right now. It's just hanging. And the people are talking, citizens are talking, calling on local authorities, calling on NGO to see how best they have public work here. They have CS or see how best they can see reason. But the local authorities said that they are making plans because it was not in the budget and was passed in the county last year. So they're able to see how best to make a plan to work on that place. But now, if you guys are preparing yourself, then that place will be closed. Because we don't want something to happen, there be people be rushed out to every city from Russia and things. It's a serious problem right now. Serious problem. Maybe I can speak to you. Those street. Serious problem right now. Serious death trap. That only pray to God, may God forbid nothing should happen, but anything happens there, it will not be small because nothing holding that quota, nothing on the cover, nothing. It's just hanging. And when even a motor back, when you reach that place, you will let bounce and then you come up. One of the major problem here right now, major wrong at Door Street. It's very, very, very alarming, very, very serious.
All right, Mona, thank you.
Let me give you the story, Mona, just before you come in. Let me just say something before you come in, right? The same issue we're talking about, one of my smart big brother, he always called me even time we can have a little back and forth discussion. You know what he said one time? I thought about it. I said that I didn't think this. He said, Sarah, if a country like Liberia, right, where we have a very small budget, we don't have a bigger GDP. Our economy is not that huge like Ghana and Nigeria that can take on a big project. So it means you have to be very strategic in spending. He said, why can we do national development rotationally, right? Instead of spreading all the resources everywhere that is not leading to nothing, let the government say 2025, every money for development will only go to Sano County. Let's do it year by year and see what will happen the next 10 years. I was like, wow, I never thought of that, but that's a smart idea. Because your budget is not big already. So why you want to spread it? You will not see the impact. All the little hand pump and small bridges with plank is not going to develop the country. So if you allocate 100 million out of the budget, because our budget now is almost like 800 according to them. I know it's not that close anyway, but that's just projection. Let's just assume if Liberia national budget is 880 million, close to a billion, let's just take 20% for development, county by county. Melbourne, I give you 10 years from now, if you make that investment, whether it's building roads and schools and whatever, if you do it county by county or decade from now, you won't recognize that country. It's a smart idea.
And that's the point that I was just trying to, when I talk about our leaders should be able to set aside little amount of money that will be able, to develop. Because, Mom, just imagine, lawmaker almost maybe all of their money, everything maybe go up to 10,000 per month. Let's just say that one. Then you have one minister who also making almost 10,000, 15,000. So if these people were putting susu, let me just say that way, you have 5 lawmakers, senators, and representatives from somebody Leeward County, and you have maybe the superintendent. Good. You can choose maybe few of the executive appointees and say, okay, the superintendent, the development superintendent, and just few of you will join the 5 lawmakers that, for example, in Grand Jeda County, and put aside 1,000 every month, so that, for example, if there are about 7 or 8 officials, every month they will raise close to 8,000 USD per month. Mom, for God's sake. Even if there's a hospital that have no ambulance, they'll be able to buy ambulance. If there's a hospital that have no medication, they'll be able to provide medications. If there's a hospital, even when there are no schools or maybe elementary or junior high school, people will be able to build school because of greediness. All listen to them, Mom. I listen to you carefully. That you are saying you're right. But because our leaders, they have these things, they know these things, but they don't want to do it until time for elections. Time for election, one person will come up and get 1.5 million. Are you kidding me?
1.5 million for entire county, right? It's nothing. That's a drop in the bucket. And you said it right. That's why it's kind of leadership. Let me give you an instant, right? I was just watching this guy again because he's making headway throughout Africa. This guy from Burkina Faso. You know what he did? I was watching a video from back home or in Burkina Faso. They were doing an update. All the experts were doing. They were putting their ideas together. So the new project he came up with healthcare to revamp the healthcare in Burkina Faso. He identified all the regions that need urgent medical attention. Right? They put them on the list of priority. So he wanted to build 50 hospital, clinic, other mobile medical clinic, medical centers as well, right? That's the idea. So the expert that he brought to the country to do the assessment, they themselves came out and said, you know what? We don't have the finance to build 50 medical facility all over the country. But we look at the population side, the place they are needed the most, we can start with the first 25 based on the urgency. Maybe that's why you call leadership. That's why you call idea or national campaign. I ain't talking about you can't like the wage ability, give couple of pickup truck. Yeah, that's a good way gesture. That's it. But the question is, can we duplicate that throughout the entire country? That's why you call a national campaign and the national policy. That's how you change people's life. Maybe take, for example, the MCSS school system. That is a system all over the country, right? Elementary school, middle schools, high school, you got a curriculum, you got everything set up. That's how you develop a nation. You don't play bingo here and there. One guy can be one list small building, he call it DA headquarters, another man can be small. Is that how you're going to develop a nation? No. You need a national campaign. And it comes from visionary leadership. That's all I can say. Maybe I don't know what you got planned for today, but
yes,
you let us
know,
know.
I know more, but I think some of these discussions make sense 100% to our leaders and our followers, our viewers. Our question for today is just clear that our question for how do you rebuild, redesign, and restructure a society where every single institution is broken? Yes, indeed, that is the same thing, because when the leaders, when they have no love for country, then that means everything will be zero.
Yeah.
What we're seeing today, because they have no love for country. Even to the extent that the judicial system is zero.
Yeah.
And we look, Mom, we hope and pray that we will also include our education aspect of the entire broadcast, like informing about people about our constitution. Let them be able to read their constitution as we move forward and understand. Every time we come here, beginning from Monday up to Thursday, Mom always say, when we have a little time, we'll also talk about that. So the question today is, how do you rebuild, redesign, and restructure a society when every single structure is broken? will we see will we ever see a better Liberia in our lifetime? That's the question. Will we
That's a
ever
tough
see?
one. Wow.
Yes. So after you finish seeing people like Senator Zoe Madwe Peno, who be oh God, that country interesting. Liberia interesting, no monk. We just make for nothing godfathers, for nothing heroes, for nothing people who don't even care about their own country. Before I even talk about the country at large. You come here, some of you get angry. So Peno, since 2005, monk. Let me tell yeah, monk. Since 2005, my brother, or
Wow.
2006, the metro, yes. From the member of representative for almost 2 to 3 times before even before becoming senator. But today, go see Grandchildren. None the least among the developed country or the most least developed country is one of that country, my brother. But today we have all of them today parading around as hero. And again, we are about to go. In fact, we already enter into rainy season because Mona said it that the rain falling back to back. What's going to happen to our people? They're going to be struck up in mud for weeks, for months. But you call yourself Godfather. Sometimes a monk I can be thinking, but again, so that's a monk. So that's a question that today that yes.
How do you rebuild, re-engineer, and redesign a society that all the major institutions is fundamentally broken? I don't know how you do that because I think it's impossible. Maybe let me tell you something. The reason everywhere you go, in every professional institution, and institution is a very good thing. Institution just mean that we play by certain rules. We got certain principles. That's what they call institution. You got government institution, financial institution, like banks and all this stuff, central banks and all these commercial banks. You even have religious institutions that even in religion, there are rules, there are structure and certain systems that are put in place. So technically, if you want to see institution from my layman understanding, it's almost like maybe you want to build a house, right? Why do you think when people building houses, they gave the masoners, they give them a blueprint or sketch because you want to know how your house will be at the end of the day, right? You got certain design. This is what you want. That's why you give them a particular roadmap to build a house. And the same thing for institution. My brother, you cannot operate in the absence of institution. And when you look all around the world, the reason other countries are doing better than countries that are not doing better, it comes down to leadership and institution. Because even when you have the leadership will also play by a certain set of rules. That's why you have rules. That's why you have regulation. So in our country, you have a dysfunctional executive. That's how I would classify it. Because yesterday's story again was another one with the Edmund Glasgow issue that even the president said he violated the law that governs NAFA, right? Now, you have a bunch of unproductive and unprofessional legislature. Then you have they are accusing the judiciary of being compromised. So if the 3 branches of government, if they are all fundamentally broken and just for argument's sake, then what becomes your next option? So you are literally telling me I cannot expect anything better from Liberia. I cannot even hope of a better Liberia because the 3 branches that should be keeping each other in check, they are all dysfunctional. Then where do I turn? In most cases, some countries will say, okay, then we'll go to the military. I'm not counting that military because I know that will never happen. It's almost impossible. They won't do like Guinea or Mali or let's say places in Niger where people say, you know what, this thing is not working. We got to save the country. No, they won't do that. I'm not going to bet on that. It will never happen. I would say that on the, maybe they can prove me wrong, but I know it won't happen. So at the end of the day, it's all about coming to take your fair share. Like Dixon people call it, who is sharing the national cake? Because they see Liberia as a cake. For them, they are a buffet. They are this banquet that you can just come and cut and take your share. So at the end, most of the individual that goes into public life, that's why they are going there for, because they know all 3 branches of government is functional, right? They don't have a national vision for the country in terms of development. So the last thing you are left with is to come and steal your fair share and get out, because it's a once in a lifetime opportunity. Why are the chances that if Joseph Boaga lead office, Sekou Dukle will ever become National Port Authority Managing Director? Why are the chances that if Joseph Boaga is no longer in power or Double Jala will become the LRA boss? So whenever they call you to this position, the very first intention or the very first thing that come to mind. How can I see the most in the quickest time possible? Because this is a once in a lifetime opportunity. Maybe I will never get this opportunity ever again in my life. So that's the first initial reaction. And I found it impossible. I don't know if I have an answer for you, but we hear from our caller. And today we'll do something. One of our older brother from here, he just came from Liberia. I'll open the line from my end, just maybe 5 minutes, so he can give us an update from his own observation. Mr. John Malo, people like Mr. Malo, Chairman Yato, Melvin Bishu, those are the caucus in the back that always.
So John Malo, you were here. You didn't even find no.
Yeah, you even found Mabon. We found him, man.
Yeah. No.
All right, Mabon, take over.
Yeah. So thank you, Mark. Thank you. That's a very, very wonderful talk of you. And let me be frank, Mark. For me, I think I will blame the executive. Everything that got damaged or that is still damaging today, I blame the executive branch of government. You know, the way our system look, Monk, we make the executive branch of government too powerful to the extent that in fact, they think that they can even control everybody. That's how I look. So for me, until Liberians or until we can go back to our constitution and maybe amend or maybe repeal some of the laws, like for example, Mark, what sense does it make that Mabon who work for his people, like for example, I'm representing my people, even if there are issues between us colleagues at the lower house, what the kind of power that the Ministry of Finance will have more to seize my salaries, seize my benefit, and seize everything from me? How do you expect me to work for my people? So for me, that one thing that I'm really observing that is bad, and we have to, because we give the executive branch of government the power too much that they control the finance and they control the security. So because of this, they feel that they can override anybody at any time and nothing will happen. So it's like we want to have one branch of government. Let me be frank and let me confess to all of you here today, our people. I know how you feel. I know how some of you how you feel right now. But on a very serious note, we want to have one branch of government. The other branches, their job, so say one, so say all. You like it or not, that's the fact. That's just the fact. We have only one branch of government that can even say, okay, today when a budget pass or not, they will still spend money. And nobody will do anything to them.
You know, Milton, let me tell you something, right? You know, I tell you there are stages in life. When you are growing up, you see things differently, right? When you start getting mature, when you start analyzing things and you start questioning things, then you start to understand why people take certain positions on certain critical issue. Growing up, people used to say, democracy is not for Africa. I never understood that concept until I got here. The reason being, let me tell you something. Democracy is a very complicated form of government. And the people who came up with this concept of democracy, like I said, everything started from ancient Greece, everything come to Roman Empire, from Roman Empire to Western civilization, right? These people have the institution. They have the check and balances. And when you look at our history, most of these countries that were doing better, they were either being controlled by a military or a single dictator, right? Let me give you a typical example that happened in the 21st century. China, they got the most human beings on the planet than any other country, right? I think they are 1.4 or 1.5 billion people. China decided to adapt. China decided to adapt this issue, and China existed for thousands of years before Christopher Columbus even crossed the Atlantic to say he's looking for a new land called America today, right? Or other future explorers. China believed that we are too much to practice democracy. If we use democracy, we won't be going anywhere further because people got diverse views, different opinion from different parts of the country. Matter of fact, that was not the foundation on which this society was built. You know, we look up to one party system and one leadership to determine the future of this country. Yeah, there are some downsides to that, but equally so in the bigger picture, guess what happened in Melbourne? Look at China. Within the space of 30 years, China now is able to rival the US in almost every way, shape, or form with act of democracy. Now, look at what happened in Burkina Faso. I'm not here to advocate that we should overthrow democracy. I am just saying, if the institutions are lacking, then you cannot practice democracy because you are only fooling yourself. Technically, if the judiciary is compromised, if the president can put his thumb on the scale and literally control the house, then you have a one-party system. So why fool the world that you are practicing democracy when in actuality you are not doing anything that is remotely close to democracy. Maybe you getting the point?
And
Anyway,
that's the point right there, Mark. 100%. You just nail everything, Mark. So here in Liberia, we pretend, we lie to ourselves. We say, we have 3 budget, but then you open a line, whether you hear some of them, because I can't blame some of our people. Some of the people sometimes they just go to school. They don't think beyond, But that's the thing, Mark. We're in this world that you have executive branch of government that control the finance, control security. Anything they say, that's the funnel. You go up, you come down. That's the funnel. And the Chief Justice confessed that to us quite recently, that the Ministry of Finance was dictating to them as to how they will go about with things, right, Mark? So that will tell you, when you want to react quick to that.
no, I say that. I mean, as I got a little bit confused in your delivery. I didn't get the last part.
Yes. So the thing is that I'm saying that the Chief Justice of Liberia also admitted that indeed the executive branch through the Ministry of Finance, they were dictating to them as to how they want for things to run. Right?
Yeah. She said it in the outgoing speech from the Chief Justice, not an Associate Justice, but the Chief Justice of the Republic of Liberia. So when I read the article this morning about the judiciary being compromised, I said, well, there is nothing new. Matter of fact, that's why she insinuated in her speech that the entire country is being operated like a gang, because no structure, everybody doing their own thing, people crossing the kind of abusing the same separation of power, because you don't want to interfere with judicial matter. The judiciary don't want to interfere with the executive or the first branch of government. So it's the same thing. So even though on paper it must sound and look like a functioning democracy, but in reality you are not practicing democracy. So the symptom or the signs you are giving to the rest of the world is totally disjointed. It's not the fact. You are not doing anything remotely close to a democracy. So why not go to a one-party state? And this is some of the reasons some people, like the elder generation or the older generation, right? Even though, let me tell you something, Melbourne, there is always an inherent risk in everything that you do. So that's why some people say this whole thing about multi-party democracy that came to Liberia in the 80s, that's why the country is where the country is today. Because at least you can criticize for people being marginalized, for, the Congo people came to this country, they marginalized. Okay, yes, but let's make the comparison. It has been 4 decades and a half when we had a one-party state. Look how the country was. Can you make the comparison today? You came with multi-party democracy in the name of rescuing the common man. But 40 years later, the report cards are in. It's the worst. It's a S-hole. I can pronounce that word, Sktv. It's a S-hole country. So how can you make the case that you are practicing democracy when everything you exercise is more of an autocratic or some kind of a dictatorial tendency, like they would say, that you keep exhibiting? My brother, we'll keep talking here forever.
And that's the thing, Mark, to even add up to that, those 18th or 17th century attitude or behavior. Yes. We start seeing these things in our students. We start seeing these things in our students. People who we expecting to be advanced when it comes to technology are the one going to places, calling people foreigners. What kind of country is this, Mark? What kind of country is this? Students.
Let me give you another example. And even though we made the same mistake, we saw the same mistake in recent time. Let me give you an example of the Arab Spring. Since the 50s, when people start discovering oil and they start exploring oil in the 50s and 60s, right? All those Arab countries that were doing better, they all have autocratic leadership. I'm not saying that people shouldn't practice democracy. You can only practice democracy if it works best for your country, right? Look at Libya. Look at Tunisia. Look at all these so-called autocratic regimes. Look at what happened in Iraq. Even though we consider that Hussein was a bad guy, at a certain point in time, he started operating like a terrorist. But what happened to Iraq the moment they removed him from power? Because certain countries or certain societies, they are not built to practice democracy. They are not. And Liberia is one example of that. Like I said, it's been 40 years. We ain't talking about 4 or 5 years, my brother. We are talking about 1980 to 2025. That's 45 years. That's almost half a century. Can you make any comparison, whether it's about education, whether it's about healthcare, whether it's about the standard of living, that the people of the 70 and 80 were the golden generation that lived better than any other generation in human history? So how can you make the case that Palestinian democracy is helping Liberia?
The capital building that was built by quote unquote the man who they said the man spent 27 years.
Oh yeah, he do nothing.
They
Yeah.
brought the capital building. Can you imagine?
And they didn't build one for themselves.
They brought the capital building down. What kind of people are we? And guess what, Monk? Just because of all these things, the quote unquote the UAL or the state-run university that's supposed to be one of the best, if not in West Africa, in Africa, has not turned to political ground, where all of the faculty, or how you may call them, all of them, Monk, all they do there is they teach the children about everything they do there is just about negative. When you talk, they get vexed. But that's just the fact. Most of the faculties, they have nothing to even show to the children. Nothing. All they show them is just about them getting angry, about them, protesting. Okay, good. You are faculty. And you teaching the children. So that all of the attitude are coming out. Most of the finance minister today, Monk, the current finance minister from where?
Yeah, he's from there too.
He's from UL. Samuel Tuwa from where?
The same UL.
He's from UL. Almost all of the government officials all will come from that state university. What do people really teaching there?
Maybe now we'll talk about that. What they got something they call the cascading effect. When the people in leadership positions are not playing their role, it will trickle down to the little man. That's why I keep telling you, if the 3 major branches of government are non-functional or dysfunctional, then every other institution will become a victim. That's why your education system now is broken down. Your premier university has been transformed to a militant breeding ground, right? The same thing happened to your healthcare. Lady called her talking about they are using copper in the JFK. So, my brother, you cannot have a functioning society when everything is broken down. And when the 3 branches of government, when people are getting the sense that nothing is working in the country, other institutions will become victim. And you can say the same for the religious community because they are an institution also.
Oh, yes.
Every society has a religious institution. What happened in the church today, in the mosque, right? Everybody being compromised. Everybody cannot speak the truth because what? They want the little breadcrumbs that can fall. So they turn their eyes to the issue affecting the country. So not only the 3 branches of government, but literally every institution in the country is being affected. See what we're talking about? That's the downward spiral, yeah?
Because the government is no longer on the shoulder of the church, but instead the church now is on the shoulder. Can you imagine? Can you imagine? Look, we now live in a society, Monk, where if you don't have contact, that's the fact. I know some of you will say, maybe don't talk. No, Monk, we live here. If you don't have contact, Monk, for example, something happened to me now, even if it's my right. But until they will say, maybe, even more you like it, you can call whosoever you want to call. So that means there's no procedure of anything.
No.
Okay. Mayborn have his right. Let's call Mayborn lawyer and see as to whether maybe we can turn Mayborn over to his lawyer. No. That person that maybe quote unquote arrested me or maybe arrest me, they will make sure that I sleep in jail. That's their plan. They will do it no matter who you call. So it's not about the law, but it's about the contact you have, the kind of people you know, the kind of people that you're associating with. Who are you associating with?
My brother is that.
Everything messed up. Let me be frank. And that's the fact. I feel sorry for our poor people. I feel sorry for most of our people. That's why when we come here, our people call us a lot. And they really appreciate some of all the work we do. Because we know this thing affects our people. Our people can go in line to vote for you now in Nimba County. The same thing. They are brainwashing the mind of our people to vote for them. Go in the name of, you can send me there. When I go there, which change you will make? Which change?
We can't even see it. You can't even give me your son. You want me to believe that I should give you more time there because you think it's a business. The longer you stay, the more money you make. Why I keep languishing in poverty for the rest of my life? That's what I keep saying, my brother. We are not on this planet for a very, very long time. We all will die. That's just a natural part of the life cycle. We were born, we will grow up, we will get older, and we will die. If you were just sit there and think you can gamble your life, you know, and one thing when you are younger, you think that you got all the time in this world. On the certain age, you really be like, no, they think it's much shorter than I thought. That's why time is the most important currency in this life, and you must make the most out of it. You cannot keep giving it to politicians that add no value to your life. That's just what it is. If you keep doing it, okay, in the short term, that's what I keep saying. I prefer losing in the short term and to win in the long term. Even if I vote for the right candidate that end up losing, I will live with that. I'm not going to win just for the sake of winning, only for the country to become the victim. No, I will not subscribe by that. So if you believe that you can vote for anybody, you want to vote on tribal sentiment, you're looking for another godfather, you're looking for another Usain Bolt, that's your call. If you're the one that on the front line, you are the one that's going to be affected directly. We will all be impacted. I always say this on the show. Anything that happens in Liberia, we will all be impacted directly or indirectly. The only difference is you are the one on the front line. So you will feel the most pain than a guy like me or anybody for that matter that doing better domestically and people that in the diaspora that are looking for their daily bread. Because at least the basic services that we need to survive, they are affordable here and they are available. In your case, you cannot make that argument. So why keep making the same mistake? That's the question we keep asking. And I don't know. Maybe
but yes, but Monk, which case for us here? There are no case because let me tell you, Monk. That for example, all the people that even crying, that even blaming some of us, saying everything that they want to say. When people owe them, like for example, when they work for 2-3 months, when they don't pay, who they go to? They go to Ministry of Labor. And guess what? Ministry of Labor will answer to them the way they want to. So these are same people that will come and say, no, the lawyer, you don't have a poor people because you choose to be poor in your mind.
Yeah.
I'm only trying to say.
That's why you sign up for.
Thank you. So literally, you are already poor in your mind. So say you poor in your mind, the law will treat you that way. Simple. So you work for 2-3. Well, look, it's frustrating that people work for their salaries and they can't get their just benefit.
But maybe we just had one on the show recently. Like we kept asking them, how can you do it for 8 months? The other one said, the other guy said, it's better than sitting at home. My sister, if you will go to a job for 8 months and you cannot get your pay, I don't know how you are living in that country, because it's better for me to go bring and make my little potato green garden than to say I'm going to work. Because the reason you go to work is not because you want to love the job, but because you want to get compensated. I give my labor, I should get paid, right? But you look at the government and you've been denied your wages or your salary, and you say you keep going back to work for 8 months. We don't want how to raise. How much raise that? The 300 or 250 just to pay their way to go. 250, if I'm not mistaken, I think now the exact amount. $250 to share him on himself, because most of our people here, the one thing I know my diaspora, we can have all our political disagreement. Whenever it comes to contributing to that country, they never step back. So that's the one thing that I know.
So that's one of the thing that the politicians, they can always use against our people. And our people, they are not smart. Let me tell you more. They use the issue of poverty because they feel more logically between you and myself. Who will be making $200 to $300 USD and that money coming in time, and happening we will stand up for one Samuel Koga saying all kinds of trash. Mom, we want to even listen to him. But because at the end of the day, the people, they are poor, they have no money. So at the end of the day, they're waiting so that by that Samuel Koga finish talking all that thing talking, at the end of the day, maybe they when you're going out, they think that you will drop. So you see how the politicians hold our people. That's the same way you're talking about the religious people. That's the same system. Because the religious people, they feel that all everything about our people's life is spiritual. No, don't go away, Mabel. Don't work. Let down, money will fly from heaven and come to you. You shall be blessed. So, okay, good. So our people see everything like my life. You better why you was put a shoulder. Yeah, man, don't laugh.
Man, go ahead, bro. I'm enjoying you. Go ahead, people.
So you see, so everything is just about don't go to work, don't do nothing. You shall be blessed. Amen. But you take your lab Gary money and carry it to the person who telling you that you shall be blessed. How come they are not giving you, but you are giving them, but you're not thinking? That's the same way the
A
politicians
government
behave
operating. Yeah, they know
to
that.
our people. The religious people and the politicians, they are not different.
Yeah.
It's just maybe you can call the team, you won't carry it, you carry. The religious people and the politicians, not different. They cajole
They are
our
using the
people.
same business model, taking advantage
Man.
of poor people. Because let me tell you something, Mabon. Religion came from other parts of the world, like Islam came from the Middle East, Christianity came from, I would say, Western civilization or Europe, most specifically, right? The fact of the matter is, even people that believe in religion, they still work hard. American work more than any other country in the industrialized world in terms of hours that they put in. Yeah, no other nation on this planet, I'm talking about in the industrialized world, that work more than American, even though they practice that religion here. But when you are in poverty, you can be easily manipulated. When you don't have anything going, that's what they say. An other mind is the devil's workshop. You don't have anything going, you are a young man, you wake up from bed, no job, nothing going. If a political rally comes around, you will attend because you must keep yourself going. And the politicians recognize that. That's why they want to maintain that business model, because that way they stay in power and they can play God with people's resources. They can steal more money and make themselves better. So it's up to our people to say, you know what, enough is enough. You cannot keep using this same strategy on me year after year, election after election. Let's do something better. I could care less about your popularity. I could care less about your political party or your tribal sentiment. I want better for this country. Maybe when people start voting in a whole different trend, and I know it will be tough because we love comfort. We like to identify with people that we are familiar with. You know, I'm a Unity Party partisan. I've been Unity Party partisan for the past 25 years, so I should continue growing out. Okay. But at the end of the day, if it's not giving you solution, then why not try something different? You remember the story in the Bible where the blind man said, they said Jesus Christ is coming healing people. Why said yeah till we die? Why we can just go try? You know, the other guy was telling them we shouldn't go. Let's just sit here and keep begging. He said, okay, yeah, we can sit here and beg. But if there is somebody who is coming by that is healing people, why not take the chance? Because if we sit here, nothing will happen. At least let's take the risk. And guess what happened when they went there? They got healed. You see it? That's what we're talking about. Well, I'll stop there.
And that's the fun, my brother. Thank you. So when you go back to Article 1 of the Constitution of Liberia, Monk, it's just so interesting. I feel sorry for our people, and to admit, most of our people, if not almost 80 to 90% of our people, they are in mental slavery. Let me be frank. I don't know how y'all tell me about that's just the fact. The educator won't know. Those ones that are not educated, though, they semi-educated. All of our people, Monk, they are struggling. Because if Article 1, even those of us who are Christians, we begin with Genesis chapter 1. Everything had the beginning. So Article 1 telling you that the power is in you as people. And all free governments are instituted by their authority and for their benefit, with the people having the right to alter or to reform the government when necessary. And their happiness, everything about you is your happiness. So I know you're not happy. Get back to your leaders and tell them that I'm not happy the way things are going. But you know, Mom, I think I can still recall one of our followers said that the leaders, they don't even respect, I think, the voters, right? Or they don't even respect those people that even gave them the power. And I think that person, from that day, I think that person really,
He said the people that put them in power have no regard for themselves. So the people that elected to power have no regard for the people that voted for them.
Good.
That was the direct quote.
Yes. So they are no respect for you. They will not coming back to you 2028, 2029 to come and cajole you. In fact, they buy you this. What am I getting women in? Why woman? Let you not do nothing for all of you, our mothers, our fathers, our brothers. In Morocco, they say all your children that go there, that go study. They're not studying you. They mean you're bringing them to some of you. They're not in school. Nothing good going. In fact, your children, some of them, they all sat down. Their life not okay with them. You can say why you want to say, okay, good. So our people say we should continue with the show. Wonderful. Thank you.
We got more time. Then we'll open the line early.
Yes, indeed. So more quickly before you come. All of our for some of you sold your land. so that your child or your children can go Morocco to go to school or to go outside. Sometimes they say, "Come again," send father that day for 1 year, 6 months, sometimes 2 years, sometimes 3 months, just like that. But the same government that you continue to praise here that they are doing best. You look, Mom, Senator, I think Ernest Snow raised something about us in the dialogue. They were talking about how some of the executive branch, how they are running 75,000 car, 80,000 car. Then that also bring me back to the current VP, but then when he was senator, when he said that there are 105 of them that give the people authority to do what they are doing. So if, like, for example, one minister rides 75,000 car, and you sit there and you clap, or you think that it's okay, and you don't even call that person to book to check them, to tell them that what you're doing is wrong, so that they can be dismissed or maybe punished. Then you clap for them, you come out, you go in chamber and cry and say, maybe some executive ride 54. Look, some of you, you're just wasting the Liberian people's time. You're just wasting our time. And we're not here to waste our time anymore. I'm saying, yes, indeed. We have little short time. Some of you, you are already enjoying. You don't even know what they call $20 USD in your wallet or even in your pocket. All you see there is 150. Let's be frank, Mom, before you come on, my brother. This thing is very serious. Let's be frank. Some of you, since you start enjoying from the government, and not the government, since 2006, some of you haven't experienced what they call $20 US in your wallet or in your pocket. All you see there is 100 or 50.
Oh yeah, for sure. More than likely, the only difference is there are only a few of them. Why the rest of them can't even get $1?
It's bad for our people. You have to stop. So yeah, so that I want to say, I'm seeing or check. Yeah, we gotta hear some news from them. But more, go ahead, my brother.
Well, since we were given the time, the extra 15 minutes, I'll wait. I think Pastor Cummings and Mr. Marlowe really want to call and chime in at least for a few minutes. And then maybe we can go back to our topic of the day before opening the line for our people. We want to get an update from Mr. Marlowe because he just came from Pakistan. Just to give a fair assessment from his own observation, what he discovered on ground and what he think, politically, what he saw on ground. So I'm going to place a call to Mr. Marlowe. And then later on, I will place a call to Pastor Cummings. I don't know. They got something serious to say. So let me just get in a few minutes. And then, but you know what? Let's get an update from Nima County before we can do that. I think I love getting report from Nima County. Nima County is the center of attraction right now. Go ahead, brother.
Yeah, Sherry, my brother, good evening. And in fact, how are you doing? And how is Nima County?
Yes, Mabon, thank you so much. I was a little bit late for the class, but these are some circumstances beyond my own control, by the way. But I want to say good evening to you, good evening to Mom, and good evening to Muna, good evening to the entire team. Mabon, good evening to you. But thank God I'm here. Nima County is school. We are here, my man. You know, you say we need political heat.
Wonderful. That's good. Nima County is cool. So just give us the latest update in Nima. Yes, indeed, we want to know exactly what happened in Nima when it comes to the, I know right now there's no official campaign yet, but I think there is horse-to-horse campaign that is ongoing, or engagements that is ongoing. But how Nima and how the CMC and the Standard Bearer and all the political leader and in fact, how everybody doing?
Yes, Nima is cool when it comes to the electoral process. The CMC is doing good. I'm not an official spokesperson for the CMC. As a matter of fact, I'm just a journalist, maybe monitoring the process as to how it's going on in the county. But the CMC is doing good. They are doing political engagement. But as you said, the campaign have not started. But on the other hand, we see violation in our constitution when it comes to the issue of campaign kicking off in Nimba. The district of 5 representative have his placard all around his vehicle now in the entire county. He has a flyer, a sprinter in a car. They got a great vehicle. I wanted to do a photo today, but before putting on my camera, I was a little bit late today to do that, to take a photo and place it on the the network. But I was a little bit late today. But as a matter of fact, everyone can testify. Even when I open the line right now, citizens in the country will call us to that's what's happening. But that's a violation against our constitution. As a matter of fact, can be sort of open on the 30th of this month, and before the 30th, or Samuel Coker have already printed his placard all on a car passing around the district. You know, you see his billboard all around the places, and that's against this is against serious violation. And the National Election Commission, they are in limbo. They are not coming with any official statement concerning it. They are seeing it. This may have been Tapeta, this may have been Ganta, this may have been Sakepe, this may have been Yekepa, this may have been in Zikepa. I mean, he have been all around the places, and you can't tell me member of the National Election Commission have not seen this to speak on the very radio station in Limba. But he had it on a car carrying all around the places. Like the district representative or Sylvester Seaman, I was saying that we had the money, we in power, we can do anything we want to do in Liberia right now. Nobody can bother us, you know. So they continue to violate the Constitution. You know, they continue to violate the Constitution. And that's what happened in Nima County. So citizens expressing dissatisfaction in the way, you know, Ongokoka is proceeding, especially with the issue of where campaign not been launched. We agree, everyone are doing political engagement because Nima is very large now, maybe you can cover Nima in 19 days, maybe even in 1 month and 30 days, you can cover Nima. Nima is seen to be another country by itself. As a matter of fact, Nima is bigger than other countries around the world. Some counties, some districts. And, you know, this is it. But as I said,
all right.
The Election Commission keep me on the whole thing.
Okay, so when it comes to the issue of security, we want you to tell us exactly how the atmosphere there, and when it comes to security.
Yeah, security is tight, and I must tell you, maybe we are media people. Sometimes we go to do our own independent investigation on issues in terms of security. Security is tight. The chairman of national security, you know, donated some, you know, moving object to the security center of District Number 7, Nimba, as well. You know, motorbikes and to the both DEA and the Liberia Jones security. So I mean, it's okay. Even though one of the issues is politicians are threatening journalists. No, maybe let me tell you the way we do here. You know, we sacrifice ourselves. You know, waking up in the morning by 4, 5 o'clock to go to work. The way we do here, myself, people don't love it. People don't love the way we do it. Especially when you work for special individual or special institution you work for. People don't love the way you do it. People hate you for that. And mind you, the way you get on your car, go to Dupo in the morning, you get on the motorbike. If you don't have a car, I don't know. But the way you go to work, you know, speak on the radio, especially for the Sktv, say it's Kindo Nimba. We have been #1 capture in Nimana as a worst enemy to other politicians, even to that in lives of journalists that they will harm them. And I listen to the district number 8 representative, you know, telling me that if I not be careful in Nimba, I will not see the election peacefully. As a matter of fact, we will proceed in Nimba, we'll sing the truth on the radio, you know.
Wow.
Frankie Dorogu was threatened the other time. Frankie Dorogu, after we put on the scrap issue that the superintendent, after she was appointed, you know, as superintendent of Nimba County, she hasn't taken office, you know, she starts selling scrap along the district material representative around the look at two region. When they were selling those scrap, we want other business personnel in Liberia. You know, when the secret came out, Frankie Dorogu flagged the issue, and the other one came out again, District 8. When it came out, the District 8 lawmaker and the superintendent were alleged in the issue and reflected all. You know, he came out again, telling Frankie Dorogu, the Front Page Africa reporter, like, we'll kill him. A similar thing when the issue of where they say no women representation in this election, the county not for women, the position Senator Johnson left is not for women. After Maraidi Gongo have gone to district number 8, you know, to engage her people after campaign, I'm not open there in political engagement ongoing. So the representative, you are putting resistance out to destroy that meeting, saying that the district is not for you, and the country is the place where I control is not for you. If for Samuel Coker, because I'm from the unit background, and unit party have given us support to Samuel Coker, you know. So the political officer of Maraidi Gongo will call me to give clarity to the public on the radio as to this is what's happening in the district. It's not fun. Nima for everybody, and him for discredit one Spencer Glade. When I flag the issue, you know, and King having it on the radio saying that if I don't be careful, he going to kill me. You know, according to them, he is the chair for the Nima Legislative Caucus. You know, say Miana, or say Miana to say sorry, or say Miana is the chair for the Nima Legislative Caucus. But something you are saying about a chair can make this kind of statement against Johnny. It's not the first and not the second, it's not the third time. I mean, there's a serious action should be taken against it. And so these are things happening. People keep violating the constitution by our country. On Coca Gary, Plaka, all around Nimba County, passing around the places. You know, nobody's speaking about it. You know, the party people not speaking about it. Against it, everyone happy, clapping their head when you go some places and get 100,000 LD. You go some places and get 2,500 USD. Distributing money. There's something that they found on the ground. But the issue is, where are they getting the money from? So the brands are asking, the banners are saying, but this is happening. Why before the election? Why couldn't you come and distribute such money for quick impact project for Limbaran? Unless election is coming, you want to contest. So maybe so many things happening in Nima, man.
Wow.
Yes, but thank you. When it comes to the harassment of journalists across the country, we are also getting reports. In fact, even that happened on yesterday. Before I bring on Mr. Kane, that the majority bloc Rules, Order, and Administration Chairman James Collier also on yesterday that information that he harassed DN News Liberia reporter in person of Sir Augustine Mambio Jr., accusing him of repeatedly referring to Representative Richard Nambekun as the majority bloc speaker. So because of that, the lawmaker had to go and move on him, according to the information, or harassing yesterday, you know, and also threatening. So these are things that are happening, and I think even if these things are happening in the nation capital, then that means it will also happen on that side to where you people are. So I think that the threat are serious, and I think this needs serious attention. So I just thought to bring that also, and also to say to you and the rest of the team that you people have to be a little bit careful as to how you people go about with your work. Well, thank you, Mr. Kane. Good evening, and thank you for joining us.
Yeah, thank you so much, Melbourne. Can you hear me?
Yes, we're getting you loud and clear.
All right, thank you so much. I want to say thank you to all of you, to Monk, and to all of you guys on the radio, whether it's Top FM in Nigeria, whether it's Radio Former in Bomani, Lower Bon County, whether our colleagues in Sktv-Lib.
Well, Mr. Kane, we're not getting you. I don't know what happened. So I think you got to maybe log out and be able to come back. Maybe that way we'll be able to get you loud and clear. But again, but like I said, good evening. You come a little bit late, but it's better late than never. I know we're in a rainy season, or maybe there will be little changes in the weather. But good evening. Brother Cassidy?
So, Melbourne, can you hear me now?
Well, we are getting you, but we're not getting Brother Cassidy. But
Yeah, something is not working for Cassidy in the studio. Something is just not working for me.
Is it working for me now?
Yes, your side is a little bit better than
all right. So quickly, what I was trying to say is that it actually caught my attention when I listened to the gentleman in the studio there in Sktv-Lib and calling the name of a sitting representative, threatening him to the extent of saying that if he continues, you might not see the election. That's life-threatening. So I want this guy to send you the information of that, the full name of that person, the person who threatened him, and where it happened, so we can take it from there. But it's important. That's not something that you can take lightly.
Oh no, for sure. That's a direct threat.
Yeah. If
I will send the audio, Chief. I will send the audio to Melbourne.
Okay.
I'll send the audio to him.
Send the audio to Melbourne and the full name of the person who did it. Then we can.
Does your air representative of Nima County, which seem to be the Nima County legislative chairperson?
Okay. No problem.
Wow. For a
Thank you so much.
lawmaker of all people, can you imagine that?
Yeah.
But,
Yeah. So
but,
maybe you can go
yeah.
ahead.
Okay, thank you so much, Mr. Kenneth. But Mark, the other lawmaker here in the nation capital threatening, even though if from the county or Kesari Sumo or Kesari Sumo, we want, I don't know why you're not getting us. We really want a little update from your end. But I don't
Yeah.
know why you're still getting us.
Actually, let me check the audio line. Something's
Wow.
not right there. Yeah, the
Yeah,
audio line.
somebody, you're the technician down there. You got to help, but Kesari Sumo, please. Yeah. So, today comment, Rema Christian Radio Television. Indeed, we are doing all of our research. My brother, some of us have been following Liberian politics from 2006 up to now, so we know what we're saying. We are not gossiping or nearly. We're not saying they say or the television. We're not saying they say. So what we are saying is just the fact about our society. Why our society is so poor. Why they are not moving forward, or our society is not moving forward. It's just because of corruption. Nothing else, nothing more, and nothing less. Thank you. But among anything, before we go to the
Yeah,
line to interact with our
let me
people.
just call Mr. Malo, let he get a quick update and we can take it from there. I don't know if Pastor Coming will call because he been pausing my line maybe for a few minutes before we can transition to opening the line to hear from our people and hear from our people. Let me call Mr. Malo real quick, maybe while you there. Uh 1 second here.
All right, good. Yeah. So Muna.
Yeah, Mr. Malo, are you there?
Okay, good. Good. Go ahead.
Yeah, I'm here. How you all doing?
We all great. You're live on SKTV. We just want to hear from you your recent trip and the update. What's your observation before we can get back to our topic of the day? So I say I'll open the line for Mr. Marlo at least 4, 5 minutes. He can just give a little rundown. So you are live.
Thank you. Thank you so much. And I must, first of all, say hi to every one of you there on the platform, Melbourne and Mona and Tech and you, Mark, and the other man, forget his name, who can't get through. But listen, Melbourne, I want to apologize to you, but I was in town for about 8 days on a very intensive trip. Sktv-Lib business. I didn't have time to even get to town. I was very, very busy. I went in, got what I needed to get, and got out. So that's why I didn't have time to reach anywhere. I promise you the next time I'm in town, I will try to reach there. Well, listen, the issue with Liberia is I don't understand for the life of me how we as Liberians can sit down and let our country die. Because what's happening in that country is the country is dying. Let's start. The first people say about commercial. Let's begin from the beginning, right? This whole issue with the Supreme Court and let me make some clarity and make something clear here. The Supreme Court is the only part of the three branches, if there are, that can intervene in the other people's business, or that should intervene, because the Supreme Court is the interpreter of the Constitution, which is the country. Without the Constitution, there is no Liberia. Without the Constitution, there is no executive branch or legislative branch. So for somebody to tell you that, oh, because we got rules, your rules is subordinate to the Constitution. The Speaker in the House of Representatives is a regular representative until he becomes Speaker. When he becomes Speaker, he is the number 3 most powerful person in the country. You can't just take him from there. That's why you need to decide before you choose somebody to be. This whole talk here about rules and all that kind of thing, that's children politics. And only in a corrupt society like Liberia, it can even be tolerated. There are rules
the rules that you're talking about say you must be a certain number to move the speaker. You haven't reached, and the president accepted. It is only in Liberia that the country can accept that kind of stuff from the president. The Liberian people should be on the street. Why they had to call them soup people going to ask who Mandino and who Pele? They should be telling the president that what he's doing is wrong. That would be more laudable than looking for which tribe is what. But I'm telling you that I was disappointed again in the country because it seems like nothing's happening. The country is just on autopilot. Nobody knows what they're doing. Everybody running up and down. Everybody misusing the money of the country. And there's no penalty and no redress. And we, the people, who, like you rightly said, Mabel, the Article 1 says, we, the people, have all the power. The only bad thing is that we, the people, don't know that we have the power. You know? And it's a shame. Like Monkey was saying, I've always said, most African countries, they're not ready for democracy. Because in our own homes, it's a one-party state. When the father talks, everybody shut up. So what this whole nonsense about democracy is what we misunderstanding. Democracy was the idea that even the people who brought it up having fine-tuned. And it was not meant for illiterate people. You can't have 80% of your people illiterate and say you want to practice democracy. It's not going to work. And so I'm just sad for our country. They're still in the country. The country is disgraceful. They got good things going on in the country that you will never see. Because the places, I mean, just it's like a trash can. I mean, for people to walk through dumpster is normal. They don't even see it. They just walk through it. That's a normal thing. People can't even print their billing. I recommend and I wrote something on Facebook about the Central Street Cemetery. I hear the mayor then talking about it now. They could make that place a park. But do they know what a park is? Everybody fighting for a job. Nobody is trying to invite professionals to do it right. Everybody. Have we ever asked 90% of these people in the House of Representatives and Senate, what were they doing before they got there? You're giving people jobs that are going to pay them $10,000 a month or at least. Did you ask what they were doing before you put them there? And for those who vote for people on travel business, is that travel business we're going to do in the House of Representatives and Senate? Have you ever seen any travel person come from different countries to come ask them questions? Liberia, if we don't get serious about our country, we will regret it. And we will all hold ourselves responsible for the mess that we allow. If we say we educated, let us stand on our education and do what's right by our people for this country. For this country, market women send their children to school to get education so that they can be like them. But when educated people start acting like the people who are not educated, then we got a problem. And that's the problem in Liberia.
Okay,
the country is disgraceful.
Yep.
It's shameful. And I am totally disappointed in my country.
All right. Thank you, Mr. Malo. Thanks for the update. I mean, that's your personal assessment after touring the country for a little 8 days. That's your observation. And that's exactly what we're talking about here. If you can resuscitate a society with every single institution broken down, though. I mean, we've been talking on this stuff forever, and we'll keep talking. I don't know how long we'll keep talking, but that's just the reality, and Mr. Malo just said it right. So you heard from him. Now we'll take one more call from here, maybe. I mean, like 3 or 4 minutes from Pastor comments, and then I'll get everything over to you guys. Maybe just before 2:30, right?
All right. Yes, no problem. If the call, or maybe if the person is ready, because the only
Yeah.
person
When the president is ready, then I would signal you.
all right, good. So, Mr. Kana, you met us discussing, but the topic for today is, or the question is, how do you rebuild, redesign, and restructure a society where every single institution is broken? And will we ever see a better Liberia in our lifetime? That's the question. Mr. Kana, maybe you want to chip in a little bit before we go to the call.
Yeah, so just 1 minute. I will go to the last one first. Is it possible? Can this country change in our lifetime? Yes. And the possibility depends on us, the people. Like all the previous speakers have said, including you, Melbourne, the power to change Liberia lies within the uh, hands of the Liberian people. But I can tell you, Melbourne, we are getting there little by little. With the evolution of technology, the country is evolving. You know, now people are hearing us now in places that they were now they could not imagine that somebody would hear us from America, speaking from there. So right now is a gradual process. It's going to take time, but people are learning and people are understanding and people are seeing the facts. There are people who are divided on trouble line, on party line, on country line, but vast majority of people are getting to understand that our problem is ourselves. Somebody can lie to you one time, but if they continue to lie to you, then they are not actually stupid. You're the one that are, telling them that you are stupid. Because you can't lie to me one time, 2 times, 3 times. For example, the lawmaker of District Number 5 in Nimba County, Samuel Koga. Samuel Koga is one of the person that is creating chaos. In fact, the leader of those who are creating chaos in the country through the House of Representatives. Now, Koga, that problem is not resolved yet. The problem that Koga is or only the past months, that one is not resolved. The coach is telling you, let me go cause another trouble in the Senate. Koga was just elected 2023 for such a term. But because of greediness, Koga is telling the people of the Nimba people say, you know what? There's no other sons or daughters in Nimba County. I'm the only person. If it's not me, then it can't be anybody else. If you go and vote for that kind of person in the position, are you not the one encouraging lawlessness? If somebody who is lawless, who is the leader of the lawless group of people who are creating chaos in the county and also in the country. So, yes, it's possible, but we, the people, have to be ready. And as soon as we get ready to do that, maybe the sooner we get ready, the better it will be for us and the country will change. I can tell you that it's possible, but the people have to be ready to do it.
Wonderful. Thank you so much, Mr. Kana. So, Mark,
let Pastor Cummins give our lead 2-3 minutes or what his take, and then we can just turn everything over to you guys. Because today get a special show for they've been calling my phone here, so I decided to take these 2 special calls for the day, and then I was shifting over back to you guys. Maybe Pastor Cummins, you are live on Sktv. Go ahead.
Okay. Thank you, Cyrus, and good evening to you, Mayborn, and the rest of the crew. Mayborn, I was the person that was responding to your comment from Raman Christian T Television. I'm happy that you said 2006. That was when I was actually getting ready to say goodbye to Liberia, all the politics of Liberia. That was when you were stepping in. So when I said be resourceful, I was not saying it in the bad sense. But there's this comparison we always make And it was good that you quoted Article 1 of the Liberian Constitution. You see, Thomas Jefferson once said, Melbourne, he knew of no save depository of the power of the society, of the people themselves. So we are the ultimate power of the society. The church, Melbourne, I often hear you guys make a lot of reference to the religious leaders. I'm a seasoned broadcast journalist just like you. I've been in the business for a very long time. Okay? But here is what I differ with sometimes some of the things you say about the church. When it's as a journalist, there's something called believability. Be precise. Who are these religious leaders? We need to name them and shame them. But when we say religious leaders and we just leave it like that, then you are making reference to everybody. And in that country of ours, Melbourne, I can tell you there are pastors, fearless ones, who are called and named, even President Taylor to President, to as far as President Weir. There are pastors who stood their ground, who stood and spoke truth to power. The only thing I noticed in Liberia is that the media, after our dispensation, is more focused on political stories than stories that come, things that constitute news that come from preachers. That's why some of you, the journalists, don't know. But there are pastors who will speak truth to power and will speak their mind to our leaders. But here is the thing, though, Laban. Our leaders, whether be it a surah in the Quran, they have no fear. Whether be it a scripture in the Bible, they have no fear for God. Now, take for example, you work for Chairmanability. Chairmanability on this same platform said that he got facts that I was collecting money from him for the ANC. I challenged him up to now. He can't even prove me wrong. And you know, Melbourne, that I worked for Truth FM before? I was one of those founding journalists with Truth FM. You know why I left? A group of pastors called me and said, you are a fearless journalist and an evangelist. You can go for 6 months. So I resigned because I was going to speak truth and I was going to get fired in less than 3 days because there was a story that I broke out on the Osiwa grain that formed that was part of this institution that you're part of. So sometimes when we speak, let us be precise. If I want to speak on issue about the church, if it is the Liberian Council of Churches, trust me, Billborn, I will deal with the Liberian Council of Churches, or I will speak to the prophetic call to ministers or the full gospel ministers. So sometimes let's put it at an equilibrium so that level of believability can be there. Then the Liberians get to know which one of the pastors or religious leaders are pastors in the day and thieves in the night. Thank you so much.
Well, thank you, Mark. I don't know, but Mark, are you okay? We're not getting Mark, but again, let me say thanks to the caller. That's it. So, folks, for Brother Cassidy, what's up? Are you say active? You are muted, you are muted, Cassidy. Check your mark. All right, Cassidy, yeah, go ahead. No, Cassidy, we're not getting you. Okay, so at Mark, quickly before we go to the line, is there anything someone you want to say quickly? Because we are bound to go to the line. Mark, we're not getting you though. Yeah.
Yeah, take over, bro. I think Pastor Comment down. Yeah, I'm in control over to you guys.
All right, thank you. Muna, anything quickly? I see you. You already on mute. What?
No, just take pause. Then we can do that. Into my party comment. Just
yeah, I'm also getting a report that the Unity Party youth they may likely protest on Friday. That is the latest news that I'm getting. That they're about to protest that they voted this government for job. They're now coming to waste their time. That's the latest news
And
we are getting.
that pricked me because almost similar things will happen in Nimba. I'm sensing something to happen in that Nimba County District of Mosering and entire Ganta as well.
Yes,
They
so
come
For what
out
now?
with
For what? Why are you expecting that to happen in Nima County? What would be the cause for that?
The issue is as to this district voted Nimba County the highest when it comes to the issue of vote. As it stands, besides Roger S. Doma, for me, I don't even know the position they gave me in that bureau. But no one single, we had the Secretary General, we had the mobilization chair for Nima County, we have the chair for the UP in Nima County, very sacred. I mean, they are not getting a single favorite job. And the youth who stood around up to now, a single person, and I can put my name at the chopping board. There's no single person to the ever get job sent to New Party. The Secretary General of New Party Nima County chapter is very encyclopedia. No single person. It's frustrating. It's ungratefulness.
They shouldn't protest. Why they protest? Why
why are they protesting? And they want to take somebody that Unity Party is supporting again for the next.
There's the big question in the district now. There's the big question in the district. Muna, if you know and you trust the man, you say the man can do everything for you, and you want to move somebody else who not doing the right thing. You come in with the right thing. You have to violating the constitution. Somebody who is supporting as a government. You have somebody who can have a flyer on the car passing all around the district from city to city. The NEC, they have more frustration on the part of the NEC. One independent statement not been given to the public as to what Samukoka is doing is wrong. They're going to take issue against him. He flying all around the places. They say they got money. The government will do everything. But we wait to see what the people stand for in Nima County.
All right. Yes, indeed. We wait to see. Also more to you, Sheikh, and other Muna and Barakat. Let me say to all of you there that me, that the people right to protest because the president said that when we not get a young people job, they will come to our offices, they will come to our homes to protest. So we get a report that we never fought for free, according to all the youth. They are saying that they never fought for free. So they are planning to engage the president on Friday. That's the report that we are getting, that the youth leaders of the Unity Party in most of other countries have announced plans to hold a peaceful assembly at the residence of President Joseph Yema Boakai on Friday. So, Mark, let's go to the line to interact with our people.
Oh, yeah, I was just about to start. Let's hear from our people. I mean, do protest. We're not interested in it.
Hello, my brother. Good evening. Go ahead.
Government.
This is David King, and I do join you from my schedule restaurant. You see, this why we told our people, Liberia can get developed. Liberia can get developed, and there are prospects not only this government, because this is a visionless leader that we have. This is a man who has 42 years of experience, which he had never exhibited any of those experience. We saw that in the CPP. The chairmanship was marked by confusions. The members of the CPP were in different courthouses, and he did not show leadership. They were based upon some of those reasons that I thought a while and said to people that this man do not have that leadership to lead this country, because if he cannot put 4 political parties under one umbrella, then what more about the entire country called Liberia?
All right. Thank you so much. Today's caller, please, 1 minute. We got to go across. Hello?
Yeah, how are you, brother Mabel?
Yes, we okay. Thank God. Go ahead, man. Your name and from where you join us?
Lati Cummings calling from Kakata.
Good. Thank you.
Yeah, my brother, today, you make my day. I think the SK people, the people need to hire you, the government need to hire you so you can at least be educating us on development about Liberia. Like you're talking about the development of the country by sharing the money, like the development of what the
by counties, right? By county leadership.
Yeah, by sharing it, I think it's helping the country. Because in a sense, some money that they can send since I think every time. They've been sending money to other places and today you can't see no impact. All the people get the money there, they send the money to other people follow it. Either nobody go check on it. So I think they should just look at one country or the southeastern. They say they 2 years for the southeastern. Then I think with their role and all the things going there. After 2 years, they will say I do going far away. I think it will work that way. But the way they're doing it, it will not work the way it's been. Yeah.
Thank you so much. You're correct. 100% support you. Today's caller, good evening.
Yeah, good evening, neighbor.
Yes, go ahead, my brother.
Yeah, thank you very much for your show. Our baby family, I just had to do for Omega Market and legacy of Nigeria. Oh, Mabel, let me say this, Mabel. If it those are all from Lima, Mabel, when we decide who to vote for, already decide, no amount of propaganda, negative propaganda can change our mind. So I don't know how. So guys just continue to focus on some program, they say, champion, last started the doing political engagement. But the man is doing, although some program is not my favorite, and they decide to vote for any other party. But the act of focusing on one party, oh, the man is doing this, the man is doing this, you'll be making the man to be more moral. Tell your candidates to tell the people of Nimba what the party is capable of doing. But instead of focusing on something that's not program, the man do your engagement, you do your engagement. Then what's the problem that everything focus on the measure you that they're even running summer program campaign. Let me tell them they're running summer program campaign. Just like discussing summer program every day, they are discussing, they are running. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. So let's call a good evening quickly before I cross over to my colleague.
Yeah, good evening, Mabel, and good evening to the team.
Yeah, go ahead.
Joseph Esprimo Senior is my name, and I join you from my 12th Street resident.
Okay.
I want to say bravo to you guys for the great work you are doing for us. Already, you guys already said it all. You know, most of the problem you guys are talking about, for me, I believe the electorate are the main problem. Because let's say, for instance, for what is happening in Nema today, we got a representative who has served a district for 3 terms, and he has done nothing tangible for the people to recognize in the district, and then he coming president to run for a senatorial post, and then you see Labrenpo in that part of the country to maybe coming on to vote for that type of person. Then afterward, maybe 2029, then we see them making campaigning for another person who have done nothing in a particular district or country that is coming back again to say, oh, I want an electoral power. So for me, I think the main people we need to be talking to is ourselves. Because if we know what we want at that period, then we'll continue to vote the right person. But presently, I don't think we know what we want. We just vote because the name of voting or because we get few politicians that scratch into us during election period. So for me, I say, what all the discussion you came on today, I really admire, and I think we did a the problem. Thank you for the conversation.
Thank you so much. 1 or 2 more calls. I call over to Sheikh to take calls. So this call, good evening.
Even neighbor, even to your other guests.
Yes, go ahead, my dear.
This is better G, like I see what they call it for music in Chaboro. I see a little contradiction. I think a reporter in Nimba just reported that Mukuga is running campaign where our campaign be open. Yeah, yes, second connect, just campaigning against Kuka. What's the contradiction? No campaign now is not open yet. But you put place out other people or campaigning. They have got all radio to campaign against other people. Is that a congregation? Sktv? Let us think positive for Mama Laburo. Please, let us think positive. This country where sport is sport for everybody. It is good, it's good for everybody. So let us be on one say the fight for the country. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Now, one thing I like about all of you. Thank you very much. Uncle Brian Tate, good evening.
Yeah, neighbor, thank you so much. And
our county is one of the least and the poorest. I'm so disappointed. Let me be frank, Uncle.
Yeah, before I made my point, Muna was talking about those streets coming toward the to the triangle there. There's a
serious, yes.
The water is cutting on the quota, and it's a dead trap. I think the superintendent and other stakeholders need to look at it critically. You don't allow something to happen before you say sometimes emergency. You can even allocate for emergency. Suppose there's a textile bridge that have problem. Government will say, let's wait because we finish allocating so the textile bridge will get down. Then what you will pass? They got to do something. But let me go to the point. You see, those people, the outcry that Representative Coca is campaigning. No, let me tell you something. When it comes to this kind of thing, If one person is violating, all of you violate. All of you violate, and let election commission come on to lie to you. Then you show your evidence. I think it happened the other time when Minister of Education say nobody will use or education structure in any country now. I don't know how they will manage during the election, where they will have police centers and other things. Even they got all the infrastructure, all of the school buildings and other things that used to accommodate. So sometimes when people make wrong decision, you can say you make wrong attitude.
Oh.
Thank you.
Thank you, Uncle there, Uncle Biden. He said, that last call of course over here, I beg you. Yes.
And I'm very fortunate to be the last. I bless you guys for the show. Monk, I want to say something. Samuel Koga is still a very smart man. I got a photo of Samuel Koga. I will share it on your page. He don't have vote Samuel Koga. He got his photo because you know the election law. When you vote, Melbourne can get all of his picture, or Monk, President Monk can get all of his photo there. And say strong man, say this, but election commission look for the war. When he say vote Melbourne, as soon as he say vote, it's a violation. So what he have done is that he had his photo, he parading, he called it awareness, he called it engagement, he called it outreach, but you can't see no vote inscription. But indirectly, he played a very smart game. The other candidate got to lay by the rules and play. Tell what Branta to say, you have to be smart. Instead of complaining, they ain't got no vote. You can't find vote. You just see Coca picture all over, but he seen because he came to night will look for the inscription that say vote which campaign have not officially open yet. So the other candidate have to be strong and do that engagement and move around the country. But Coca is moving, no boy is moving. Trust me, Coca is moving.
My young man, thank you very much. Thank you very much. Give me, man. I don't know about your Coca movie, we're not moving. Yeah, Shaq, take calls, my brother.
Yeah. So interesting indeed. Yeah, so interesting. I don't know the issue of postal vote or not vote, but let me go to the line and take call 0772566515, 0772566515. Let's hear you on the line. This evening from Neighbor County 0772566515 and 0887224214. Let me go to the line to take my very first caller. Sensi Kazuru. Good evening. 1 minute, please.
Good evening, sir.
Let me hear you.
Thank you for the show today, tonight, because some of our lifting is benign. First of all, according to the
Nima Kante? Okay, Nima.
Today, and to my surprise today, our city house, I see on the Rococa, we still go fire all on the car, and we can't take from all the way to the water side, all the way to Glen Hill. And he called people there, the people
Serio.
So I said, but when I campaign is spoken, because sometimes they think what happened on the fire on car, then I mean campaign is spoken. So today I will be a shot. I said, but then they said that the majority of that group is still only that, the still violate the law of the country because for the starting, we see the government, and it's starting that of and in that even helping the country. Then now we see our program and he can fire all on the car now. As I'm speaking, he go there. He go there to run.
Oh, does you not go to it?
You see, you only come in because there cannot be something that he said you can't engage people. Then he can fire all on your car. You got a lot of the country.
Okay. Thank you. You make your day. You make your day, Sensi. Thank you so much. You make your day. 0772566515. 0772566515. Let me go to the line to take another person. Let me substitute you. Good evening. Good evening. Okay, you're not ready. Hello. Hello. Let me hear you. You're near Junior from where?
I'm sorry, someone join you from Jogota.
Jogota?
Yeah.
Monserrato. Oh, Booyah, this is number 5. Let's hear you.
I want to appreciate you for the show, but I have few concerns to raise about movement. Now, I'm one of those that voted movement 2 times when I was in Lima before I left for Monrovia. Now, after electing for the 2 times, nothing that will show in our district that women is corrupt. Now, if women cannot meet our need as a district, how will he take care of Nimba
Thank you. If you can't help the district, you think you can help a county? That's a big question for District 5 people. If Congo can't help the district, what's about a county? Good evening. Please be louder a bit.
Yeah, my name is Joseph.
Where do you call from? Joseph who? Where do you call from? Where do you call from, please? Okay.
Yeah, so I want to make my contribution. First, my issue with Mayborn. I did not hear Mayborn announcing the number for some of us who never had it to call. So now, to the issue of Kuga. During the last administration, the Unity Party and the NDR, including other people, said things were going on very wrong. Now, my brother, Donald Trump and every month, 2 presidents of Long River their F1 and shifting the war. Kuga already has a president. He dies. I don't know for what reason. I want to wait if he truly that he can be for him accountable. 2029 there will be changes. You can run, but what's so necessary to cause the country, and then should cover win. If my country will be going for another bad election, what you have parents who are going to bed, they are prepared on empty stomachs. You have students who are supposed to be in school now, they are out of school because their parents cannot afford. Government has spent $2 billion just to have this one election. She will go down winning again. Government again will be spending enough money to conduct another elections in Lima and look at the statements, that they are out of them. I want to put that was not in this country when I had himself as president. Why would you be saying this election is not meant for women?
Okay.
It's meant for you.
Thank you. Thank you. Make a point. We gotta go. There's no time.
Yes, indeed, no time. Thank you.
Hello. Leos out. Is that district number 8, Nima County?
Well, Sheikh, I don't know if you are there, but Sheikh, well, I think something happening either from Sheikh or from our network. But again, folks, if you enjoy joining us, this is the SKTV show right here on Truth FM. If I'm not a fact, today is Thursday, having to be the 20th of March. Yeah, Sheikh. Okay.
This is SKTV, and my name is Sheikh Sherry, and my co-partners are there. Good evening.
Yeah, Sheikh, we gotta go. So I think that call will be the last call.
Yeah, this is a Bono call. They after they say you are PRO, then you say you conscious man again.
We are great citizen engagement, and where almost all of the all of the candidates who be in the election of coming, they are all doing the same thing. On the either Google where is in the district doing the same thing. On the map, other people are doing citizen engagement. We all say that there are people officially opening candidates coming Saturday, and we are not a binding citizen. And there is no law that binds on the Bokova. Why is it that you're certain law because of representing? But there's no law constitution that binds it that cannot contest for another position. If that happened in the past, and government has sponsored by election. So it shouldn't be over today, then people start to political starting. We are going to play race, and we look at the people are resolved. The people of Lima have resolved.
Okay. Yeah, the people are resolved, and I will hold you that that's my last stop. But it's not about putting flyer on your pickup around the district. That's the citizen concern around Nimba County. Yeah, thank you so much, Bebo.
Yes, thank you, Brother Sheikh Sharif. So let me go to Muna. Saint Monk is not here. Muna, what your own reactions, and also in closing before we go.
Yeah, so let me just do my own reaction and do my closing as well. All I can say to the Libyans, right? This election is crucial. That everyone is watching this election. And if the Libyans want to see the Nima country, they are yearning for, they've been praying for, this is the election. That they should be deterred, they should come together as one, speak with one voice. Come the 22nd April. Because the Nimaya want to see this is the election. So I will tell all my people down about who about wild nature about sentiment or whatever. Or my brother did, my brother that. This election will make the difference. This election make a difference in Nima provided if you people come out to speak with one voice and exercise your franchise on the 22nd of April. I know you guys want to see Nima County the way you guys want to see it. This is election repeat. Let me say many things the caller that spoke well, and that's honorable, right? That threatening a journalist. He's doing a job. If you feel you can threaten a journalist and you go scot-free because you're honorable, no. We're going to follow it up to the letter. We're going to follow it up to the letter. This country is a country of law. No one is above the law. Not because you're honorable, give you the right to threaten somebody. No. Let me say many thanks to all of you for always being there for SKTV. Do join us tomorrow, same time, same session. Until then, Muna Lagri to have yourself a wonderful, wonderful night. Bye-bye.
Thank you.
I can talk for long.
Thank you so much, Muna. Thank you. And let me say this to our people quickly before our brother Sheikh maybe give us, because Kasari will not get you. I don't know what are you. Kasari, are you there? Brother Kasari? Well, so Kasari is more faced with a lot of technical glitches, so we're not getting Kasari. So again, to our people, I listened to one of the caller and person said that maybe he called his number or the number. Sorry, you know, most of our people here, they already know the number because that's the number that we usually use. So they used to it, and also the number is on the live feed. If you're watching, you also see the number there. So that's the number. That's why people were calling. And I didn't even announce the number and post out the call. It doesn't mean that our only other group of people and no. I don't do that here. Or in fact, we don't even do that here. So again, thanks to all of you for your participation. Those of you who also follow us live on the Facebook page of the SKTV. Let me say thanks to all of you. We got to go home. But again, that is all we have. Look, to our politicians and to one of our religious brother who also formerly work here at Tufa Family, you are correct on some of the things that you said. But my brother, if we sit here and be calling religious people by their name or churches here and there, that means that the same way we'll be calling politicians. So we just put everybody into the same thing, the same way we're saying that the politicians damage our society. That's because religious people, you have close to almost 100 to 200 people who are already damaging things. Then you want me to be naming people to say, okay, the other person from the other church do this one or the other. No, until they speak out. And most of them, all the things they do, all the prayer releases and so forth. But we will come here one day maybe to ask as to the role of the religious people when it comes to government. Because most of them, they have been given opportunity to serve into so many positions as religious advisors. What are they doing? All they do, they just take salaries, they just take pay, and they go home. What happened? What are people protest? What are people are disenchanted? What are people are dissatisfied? Whatsoever thing that even happened, they don't care. So you don't expect me to be looking for churches to be calling people. I will not call people name. What I've seen, what we've been seeing, what we talk about. So thanks to all of you, my brother Sheikh. Tell us something quickly before we go. What do you want to say to our people before we go? We go already on our time.
Yeah, Mabel, thank you so much. You know, exactly what you're saying. Calling on the radio, we don't want Coca, we don't want EDF, we don't want maternity thing, but we don't want SYZ is by the vote. But by the way, if you know you don't want SYZ, go to the ballot box and prove yourself. And that's all about it. It's not about calling on the radio. Calling on the radio, I'm chairman for this, I'm chairman for that, cannot solve the problem. If you want to transition, you got to go to the ballot box and prove yourself. And Nima County is all we have, Liberia, all we have. As a matter of fact, all we put is country for that my brother only always says on the radio. And let me say congratulations to our colleague, our former colleague Oscar Moluba for the new job, you know, the Ministry of Defense, Assistant Minister for Public Affairs, the Ministry of Defense. Let me say congratulations, Chief. And let me say thanks to all of you, man. Follow us next time tomorrow as we come out the same town, same station. My name is Sheikh Shabby. Have yourself a wonderful day. Bye-bye.
Thank you so much, people, and good night to all of you. Our good people. We'll catch you when we catch you. That will be
All right. Good night, Mabel. Good night. Good night.
Muna, you know already my heart for you.
Good night, Muna. I will see you.
Tomorrow, I'll be on camera tomorrow, right? Tomorrow, I'll be on camera tomorrow.
All right. Good night to all of you.
Yeah.
Good
So
night.
you guys make the right choice.
Thank you, Mr. Sekou, the CEO of the great platform. Thank you, our own Director General.
I want to see your face.
There are things we can do. We bring in good news and we give it to you. We talk about podcast and connecting people and culture from here and part of the globe. What is our people who waiting to sell? Blessing our time and our efforts are rest. The brothers giving us care and the parents from there. So welcome my life with African.
I live
Master.
Clay Paris, who make you, I can't ask it if you been you. Say my journey, Tina get I say my jamo. And yes, I know money, and more I you. And you love
Sktv, the best in Liberia. Sktv, the best in Africa. Sktv, the best in Mama Liberia. Must survive the lofa and grandbaza.
And I dine ya to money, and I sadia ya to money, and I wanna play ya to money, and I put a boy ya to money, and I dine ya to money, and I sadia ya to money, and I wanna play ya to money, and I put a boy ya to money, and I forget na ya to money. That's the TV, and I forget na, cause you walk on my ya to money. Yeah.
Sktv, the best in Liberia. Sktv, the best in Africa. Sktv, the best in Mama Liberia. Must survive the lofa and grandbaza.
There are things we can do. We bring in good news and we give it to you. We talking about podcast and connecting people and culture from here and part of the globe. What is our people who waiting to sell? The flesh, our time and our efforts are rest. The broadcast we giving are real and the premise my best. To work with my life with us, yeah. From Grandfather Nima to Lufa, from River Sass, River G to Chile, from Grand Crew, Bombing, Kidman, Montserrat, San to Bacalu, from Maryland, Punk to the Maggie B. We the best in the land, yeah, LIB. We the best in the land, yeah, LIB. We the best in the land, yeah, LIB.
Sktv, the best in Liberia. Sktv, the best in Africa.